Welcome to my channel ITSmartTraining. This is server 2019 training video. Today we are going to start how to create a read-only domain controller RODC in Windows Server 2019. So in my scenario we have one domain controller, read-write domain controller, one additional domain controller. This is also a read-write mode. Now I want to create a read-only domain controller. So before start the lab, we have to do some theory part. So this is my current scenario. We have a Kolkata locations and the Bangalore locations. There are two separate domain controller over here. This is my head office, this is my headquarter, and this is my branch office. Okay, so in Kolkata locations there is also a read-write domain controller, and the Bangalore location is also have a read-write domain controller. So this is an additional domain controller. So that last video we have seen that in additional domain controller, all of this is a replica copy of the main domain controller. So if I create a user or something, or if I create an object in a main domain controller, it will automatically replicate to this domain controller. And if I create any object in the branch office, it also replicate to the main office, because an Active Directory support multi-master replications. So the replication direction is both way, two-way replications. That's why this is called multi-master replications. So there have some problem regarding here. At least the problem is, suppose for any circumstances, for any kind of security loopholes, somehow if my branch office domain controller is compromised, means hacked, some hacker or spoofer hack my branch office domain controller, because we know that our head office, most of the scenario, head office security systems and firewalls, all the settings are very highly configured, but in the respect of the head office, in the branch office we don't have so much security over here. So if some hackers or intruder hack my domain controller in branch office, it is very dangerous, because if my branch office is hacked, that means my main office also compromised. Why? Suppose in Kolkata office here is a user U1 and U2. This user is also replicated over here, U1, U2. If my branch office is compromised, suppose hackers just delete the U1 and U2. So then what happened? If I delete user 1 from the branch office, that user will automatically delete it from the head office. I just show you in lab. This is my main office. This is my main office. User accounts are here, and this is my branch office. This is my branch office. Here is the user. Okay, suppose somehow my branch office is compromised. So a hacker, what to do? He just delete this user, U4. Then what happened? From here, U4 is also deleted. If hacker hack the user account password from here, then all of the domain users account are compromised. So then what to do? In this scenario, when this Active Directory support the multi-mustard applications, the main domain controller user account and their password and all of the settings are replicated to the branch office. So to prevent this, Microsoft launched a new technology in Windows Server 2008 to till now. The technology, the great technology, is called the RODC, Read Only Domain Controller. In this Read Only Domain Controller, the domain controller database ntds.dat is on read only mode, and this scenario basically configured in a small office, home office network. So suppose we have another branch office over here, which is Delhi. Here I create a user account. Here I create a domain, and it is also connected through lease line or P2P connections from my main office, and this scenario is called hub and spoke topology. This is my hub where multiple connections are go out, and these are my spoke where the connections are terminated. This scenario is called hub and spoke topology. This scenario is called hub and spoke topology. In Delhi office, I create RODC. To install an RODC, we need at least one read-write domain controller in my Active Directory domain, and the functional level must be the Windows Server 2008. So in this scenario, if I create RODC over here, before creating RODC in my domain, there are two groups are available. One is allow RODC password replication group. This is number one. Number two is denied RODC password replication group. One is allowed RODC password replications group, one is a denied RODC password replications group. Those who are the member of allowed RODC password replications group, that user account passwords are only download into RODC, and those who are the member of the denied RODC password replications group, that users accounts password never replicate to the RODC system. Basically, the main administrative account like administrator, schema admin, domain admin, all these groups and users are by default added in denied RODC password replications group, because these users are the very vital users and groups in my Active Directory domain, so that those users are the member of this group, that password never replicate to the RODC. Okay, so keep in mind. So now we're going to start the lab of RODC. So now I created V3. This is my third virtual machines where I installed an RODC. So I have to put IP address over here. happened. ncpa.cpl is just login, that's why it's taking time. I provide a password over here. Password is 10.10.10.100 and the DNS is 10.0.0.1. This is my main domain controller and I put 10.0.0.254. This is my additional domain controller IP address. The IP address is set and the computer name of this system is read only. Okay, go to the server manager, add roles and features, just next, select DNS and Active Directory domain service and click in next and click restart if required and install. It'll take few minutes to install. See, this is installed in RO. Just close. Promote the server to the domain controller. This is also an add a domain controller to an existing domain. So this is also a domain controller which we install in existing domain. It's loading. So provide an username password. See, domain name is taken and here provide the DSRM password over here. Password provided. In this page, just select the read-only domain controller RODC over here and then click next. See, here you have to provide a delegated administrator who will log on the domain, this RODC domain controller. So now I go to the main domain controller or an additional domain controller, whatever your choice. Here you can see there is two groups. One is an allowed RODC password replications group. Members, none. No one is the member right now over here. And denied RODC password replications group. See the members. Certificate publishers group, domain admin group, domain controllers, enterprise admin groups. These are the schema admin groups. These are the main groups, main security groups who are already added into this RODC, denied RODC password applications group. So which users are the member of these groups, that password, their users passwords are not replicated to the read-only domain controller. So you can check here also, these groups are shown here. Okay, so now I create a user account who is the RODC admin named RODC admin, RODC admin. Select next. Provide password. I just select user cannot change password, password never expired, next, and finish. RODC admin is created. Here I just select that user account. So I have to do one more thing. Okay. RODC admin is taken over here. Next, replicated form, ADC or DC, whatever your choice. Select next. It's checking the prerequisites to install an RODC. Just click install. It will take few minutes to install. It's installing. So see, it's installed, already installed. See, here is some error over here, so I have to promote once again. Error determining whether the target server is already in the domain controller. It's restarting. So viewers, if you like my videos, please subscribe my channel. It will gives me inspirations to make more latest technology video for you. And like my videos, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notifications of my channel. Your subscription is my inspiration. See, it starts applying computer settings. See, Smart Lab is configured. Now I what to do? Smart Lab / RODC admin. I logged in with an RODC administrator. It take time to log in. I just go to the computers. Here is a domain controller. You can see RO is showing a read-only domain controller. Okay, so it's logged in. I'm go to dsa.msc. How to check this is a read-only domain controller? I will just show you. I just go to the DC users. Now I try to create a users. How to create a user? See, there is no options to create a user. There is no new option. So I want to delete a user. Here is an option. I delete. You do not have sufficient privilege to delete user 3 on this object, protected from accident deletion. This is how the read-only domain controller we can create. If you like my videos, please subscribe my channel and share my videos. Thank you viewers.